Hi, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day wherever they are. Like I say, I'm not responsible if anybody. So I'm going to do a reading on Iraq and the fighting. So I'm just going to go from where I left off. I stopped and started a new. So they feel unloved by us because they want us to give money and they want us to have a connection with the United States, Iraq. But they also feel negative thoughts like, God, I'm tired of all this fighting with Iran and all this stuff. And they felt like they're in prison with them because of the bombing and fighting all the time, which I can't blame them. So they're tired of all the bombings and they feel tied up like that woman is. She feels pissed off, you know. She wants, she doesn't want to be tied up. So negative thoughts, they feel like, oh God, is this ever going to stop? The fighting, the bombing, people losing their lives, getting injured? Is it going to continue and lose a lot? You know, they won't get, it's going to be hard to find food and stuff. And the holding back of telling the people that it's not going to work out. We're not going to have a good ending. And they think think Iraq thinks American is being reckless about giving the money to Iraq and saying we're not giving you too much money, and Iraq doesn't like that. They feel reckless, and then think we think Iraq is making bad choices in this fighting. All right. Also, I'm gonna go in the. What does Iraq feel right now? What's going to be going, in the future? What does Iraq feel in the future? Iraq. They feel they want to be nurturing with America, Iraq. They don't want to be at odds with with their allies. They want to have us get along with them. They don't want to have fighting. They want to get along with Europe and his other allies. They don't want fighting. They don't want any more blowing up of different things with Iran and stuff. They want, they want to have good actions with Iran, but they want growth and they want things to get better, not have all this fighting. There's inner turmoil though, or with Iraq, with Iran, and all the other ones. They feel tired and exhausted. They probably have post-traumatic stress disorder. They're upset. They're hoping things will get better. And they're reaching out for help from other countries besides the United States, like Canada, Europe, other countries. They're going to try to find inner resources. Maybe they'll ask Red Cross, all those things to help. Like I said, Red Cross and all those other things that people help. And they're exhausted from all this fighting. Iraq and Iran. Iraq is tired of all this fighting, bickering, with over oil and money. They're tired of all the fighting. So they're tired of the fighting and they feel like crap over it. Is there anything else you want me to tell me? Iraq, what's going on? Like what the future's going to hold? What's the future with Iraq going to hold? Please tell me what the future Iraq is going to hold. Please. Please tell me what's the future hold with Iraq. I'm using oracle cards too. I like doing that. Right. Okay. They're daydreaming a time where the war will be over. Iraq is going to be someday in the future. They'll say, "Oh, I'm so happy that the war will be over in the future." but they have block emotions because they don't feel like it's going to come anytime soon. They're tired of all this fighting and bickering, and they envy that. They probably think that Russia is friends with Iran and giving them money because Iran is friends with Russia and the other countries, so they're kind of jealous and envy of them and giving them money. And they also think Iran is very immature, fighting and bombing everything and wants to start. They feel very detached from the United States at times because they don't feel like they understand. We don't understand the Iraqis. They feel detached, like no one's. They feel sorry for themselves because of all the stress they're under, and they might even think of, oh, maybe their prime minister is not going to talk to Trump anymore and say, I don't want anything more to do with Trump. Maybe they're going to get a divorce kind of thing. Like, I don't want to deal with Trump anymore. They don't want, Iraq is probably going to, I'm going to look that up. Careless. They think Trump is very careless and, how much money they're giving about bombing and doing all this stuff. They think Trump is doing a terrible job with Iraq, and it's all talk, and the action is kind of late to the game. They want rewards. Iraq wants more money for the other countries to help, not just the United States, maybe Europe and Canada and other states to help them. It says you are cashing in on all the goals, work is done, raise bonus, and poverty is going to keep you growing. So they're hoping things will get better. Opportunity turns into long-term care, move on, or your will be based to commit in a position of money. So yeah, they want a long goal with other countries than the United States. They want a member. They want a long-term. They want friendship with other countries besides the United States. I'm going to say, are they going to eventually want to cut ties with us? Let me look. Is Iraq want to cut ties because of Trump? Entertainment purposes. Is Iraq tired of Trump and saying, I don't want to deal with him anymore? Is Iraq going to quit, eventually going to out Trump and say, we don't want you to help us? Two more cards. Please tell me, is the Iraqi people and the vice principal, either, I don't know if they have a president or, what they have in Iraq. All right, they're going to accept, they don't want him to be given they want the money, but they don't want him to be involved. They accept other people and they want to move on. They do not want him. They want to move on, have a different, maybe it's the prime minister they have. Maybe the prime minister or the president will want to walk away and move on from Trump and not have him be involved. That's how I think. They're going to try to forgive him, but self-forgive themselves, but they're going to move on. They don't want Trump to be involved in their problems anymore. They really don't want to the people. They think he isn't, like, lack of communication. They think he's not a very good communicator with them. He probably says one thing and does something else. So they don't think he's a very good communicator. They think he's lazy and greedy, only cares about, being popular and having a good vote, making the Republicans good. So he's very greedy. And he does a lot of failure with Iraq people. The people of Iraq, they don't like him and behind him, and they think he's lazy and greedy. He only cares about, the Americans, and they don't really care about other countries. They think he's doing the talk but not doing the walk. they're going to be celebrating once Trump isn't going to help them, and they're going to find other countries to help. So they're going to be happy and celebrate and be happy. They want friendship with other countries in the United States. They're going to celebrate and be happy. Also, they have insight that other countries will want to help them. See this unicorn and this girl. So gift of sacrifice. So they have a thing that they think the other countries are going to help them in the future. Iraqian. They're going to be rebellion against the United States. Iraqian people want to rebel. See, they say the black lost in rebellions. Yeah, they're going to rebel against the United States, the Iraqi people. I'm going to ask, I'm going to do two. Are they going to have the Europeans and Canadians help them more? I'm going to do, please tell me, are they going to ask them to do more help? Please tell me. Is Iraqi gonna or the is Europe and Canada gonna help out the Iraqi people more than the United States? Are they gonna help out? God, I got this couple of the same cards. They're not sure if they want to commit to it. There might be a lack of commitment because they don't want like the wars too. They don't like the fighting. Sorry, the thing is turning. Yeah, they don't like all the fighting and stuff. They're kind of greedy on the sense of giving money to Iraqians. They're not sure if they want to, because they want to learn from the failures, the mistakes that in the past we've been giving money to. What happened in World War II and the Vietnam and Desert Storm and all those other things. They don't want to. They might be lazy about giving money and do slowly. They want to celebrate with the Iraqi people. They're on their side, obviously. They want to celebrate and say, if you guys do good, we'll help you in some ways, but they don't really want to help with money wise. Maybe they'll give help with being a friendship toward them, maybe give them money for the food and stuff like that, but they don't want to do it when it comes to, weapons and stuff. There's going to be secrets coming out, though, about them helping out, and they want to, there's going to be some connecting about them being friends with Iraqis, because they're not sure if it will make them look good or bad in the eyes of their country, so they're not sure what they want to do. They don't want to sound selfish, or not helping the Iraqi people, and they're going to be silent for a while. You're going to hear like static, like that for a while. So they don't really want to give money, but they do support them if they go to, and like I said, they're going to be rebellion. They're going to rebel against the United States and ask for help, and they're going to help somewhat, but they don't really want to. And they want to be all alone with the Iraqians, the Europeans and the Canadians. They want to be the ones. They're going to sacrifice, and they're going to give some gifts. Maybe they will help out a little bit. Maybe they will help out with not what they want, but what they're going to give them. So yeah, they don't want to give them weapons because they're afraid that they will look bad, but they want to help out, and they do support the Iraqis, but they have secrets. The Iranians have secrets on the Canadians, Europeans and stuff, and this vice versa. They both have secrets on each other. The Canadians and Europeans have a lot on Iraqians, and this vice versa. And also, they want to be rebellion. They want to be rebellion. The Iraqian with Europe and Canada. And they want to be left alone, too, from other countries. They don't want to get involved. So, yeah. So, is there anything else, the Iraqi people, you want to tell me? Or the prime minister or the president or whatever you want to call him? Is there anything else, Iraqi? Do you want to tell me what's going to happen? What's going to happen with the Iraqis in the future? Can you please tell me what's going on in the Iraqis, please? 1, 2, 3. I'll just do 3. They wanna get along with the Americans and the Europeans and our allies, and they just want to get along with the people. They don't want. They have feelings too. Everybody says, they want us to be our allies and want to get along. The Americans want to get along with all the countries and not have all this war. They want everything to get along. They don't like this war with the Iranians. They want to get along with them. They don't want to be bombed. They do not want to be bombed. They want to be compassionate with some of the people who don't, especially the people who wasn't the idea, like the kids, the old people, and the people who had nothing to do with the firing of the bombs. Like I said, they want to be compassionate to people who didn't like them, not the military, but the everyday people. They want to be compassionate with them. And they have some traditional values. They are Iraqians, with the old views, what they have, like the old people, they view different ways of living. They probably very traditional. And like one man, a wife and a husband, and the husband goes to work. They can find a job and stuff but they have very wisdom. They're very smart. The Iraqians are very smart. And they want to forgive the United States for the lack of stuff that they want to forgive. They want to forgive the United States. They don't hold it against them because of Trump. They want to forgive the United States. They want to try one more time to have a relationship with Trump, but I feel like they're going to avoid being around Trump too much, the prime minister and the people who run the government. So they're gonna walk away and say they're not gonna be around anymore with Trump. I think they're gonna fearful. They're gonna walk away with Trump. They don't want anything to do with the person who's running our country. They want to, ask other people to help, other countries help. So they're very, they want to avoid us, the United States, like the plague, or the person running the country. So they're not happy with the way the country's being run, our country being run. So into my next video, hopefully you like this. This was entertainment purposes. To my next video, take care and bye.